LeBron James, Kobe Bryant, Magic Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, and Stephen Curry all have dominant playoff runs and legendary postseason moments. Each of them belongs in the highest tier when discussing the greatest playoff performers in the NBA history. Their peaks were spectacular and their resumes are undeniable. However, when discussion turns to who was the single most reliable, dominant, and overwhelming playoff performer ever, there is one player who clearly rises above the rest: Michael Jordan. If I could choose any player at their absolute prime for a playoff run with championships on the line, Michael Jordan would be my first choice without hesitation. The combination of scoring volume, efficiency, consistency, and responsibility that Michael Jordan displayed in the postseason has never been matched. Below are 12 facts that prove Michael Jordan is the greatest playoff performer in NBA history. Number 1, only 3% of playoff games under 20 points. This level of consistency is almost impossible to comprehend. Michael Jordan, he played 179 playoff games, which is an enormous sample size, yet no more than 3% of those games resulted in him scoring under 20 points. That means fewer than 10 games across his entire playoff career fell below that threshold. For comparison, LeBron James, Kobe Bryant, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, and Kevin Durant have all scored under 20 points in at least 8% of their playoff games, which is nearly 3 times the rate of Jordan. Michael Jordan almost never disappeared offensively. Even on his so-called bad nights, he was still productive, impactful, and commanding defensive attention. That level of reliability when everything tightens in the playoffs is unmatched. Number 2, most playoff games with 40 plus points. Michael Jordan recorded 38 playoff games of 40 plus points, which is the most in NBA history. LeBron James ranks second with 29, but the context matters. LeBron has played 113 more playoff games than Jordan. Michael Jordan wasn't just reaching 40 more often, he was doing it at a significantly higher rate in fewer games in a more physical era without modern spacing, freedom of movement rules, or three-point heavy offenses. When Jordan exploded, it wasn't because defenses failed, it was because they simply couldn't stop him. Number 3, most deep playoff runs, averaging 35-5. Jordan averaged 30 plus points, 5 plus rebounds, and 5 plus assists in 5 separate playoff runs that reached the conference finals or further. The only other player in NBA history to match this is LeBron James. The difference is that Michael Jordan did it in an era where defensive schemes were far more physical and isolation heavy. Across multiple deep postseason runs, Michael Jordan proved he could score, facilitate, and control games at a championship level better than anyone else. Number 4, only player to average 35-5 over 15 plus playoff games. Michael Jordan is the only player in NBA history to average 35 plus points, 5 plus rebounds, and 5 plus assists over a playoff run of 15 or more games. And he didn't do it just one time, he did it twice. No other player, LeBron, Kobe, Durant, Shaq, or Wilt, has even done it a single time. That is a ceiling of opposing dominance that no one else has reached. Number 5, only player to average 40 plus points per game in multiple playoff series. Michael Jordan averaged 40 plus points per game in 5 different playoff series. He is the only player in NBA history to average 40 plus across multiple series. Series to series dominance matters more than single game explosions, and Michael Jordan consistently overwhelmed opponents across entire matchups in a way no other player has replicated. Number 6, one of the only two players to average 30 plus points and 10 plus assists in a finals. In the 1991 NBA Finals, Jordan, he averaged 31.2 points and 11.4 assists. Only other player in NBA history, LeBron James, has averaged at least 30 points and 10 plus assists in a final series. This version of Jordan wasn't just scoring at will, he was controlling defensive coverage, creating shots for teammates, and still playing elite defense. When Michael Jordan needed to shift roles, he did it so seamlessly and still dominated. Number 7, highest scoring average in a final series. In the 1993 NBA Finals, Michael Jordan averaged 41 points per game, the highest finals scoring average ever recorded. Against a physical Phoenix Suns team, Michael Jordan simply decided that no defense could stop him. He carried the Bulls offensively in a way that remains unparalleled on the sport's biggest stage. Number 8, rarely averaging under 30 points in a playoff series. Only 24% of Michael Jordan's playoff series featured him averaging under 30 points per game. LeBron, 67%, and Kobe, 72%. This isn't really a knock on or diminishing their greatness. It highlights how extraordinary Jordan's baseline dominance was. For him, 30 points per night wasn't really a peak, it was the expectation. Number 9, championships without a 20 points per game teammate. Michael Jordan, he won 4 championships in which no teammate averaged 20 plus points per game in the playoffs. Larry Bird, Kobe Bryant, and Stephen Curry each did that twice. Jordan, he doubled that. He wasn't just the best scorer on his team, he was the offense. Number 10, historic offensive responsibility during title runs. In 3 championship playoff runs, 1991, 92, and 1993, Michael Jordan, he was responsible for at least 45% of his team's total points or points plus assists. LeBron James, Kobe Bryant, Magic Johnson, Larry Bird, and Stephen Curry have 0 championships runs matching that threshold. Michael Jordan wasn't simply leading his team, he was carrying an offensive load no other legend has really ever shouldered during title runs. Number 11, led the entire playoffs in scoring every finals year. In all 6 seasons that Michael Jordan reached the finals, he led the entire postseason in scoring. LeBron James is the only other player to lead the playoffs in scoring while reaching the finals more than once, and he did it twice. Jordan, he did it 6 times. So no one is close. Number 12, high volume scoring with elite efficiency. Only 13% of Michael Jordan's playoff games came with a field goal percentage below 39% or worse. LeBron, 15%, Kobe, 29%, and Stephen Curry, 23%. Michael Jordan wasn't just scoring more, he was doing it efficiently, even when defenses were pretty much entirely built around stopping him. The likelihood of Michael Jordan having a poor shooting night in the playoffs was extremely low. Michael Jordan, he's the greatest playoff performer in NBA history. No one matches his postseason resume. He scored more consistently, had fewer bad games, dominated more playoff series, carried more offensive responsibility, and delivered more historic finals performances than anyone else. So that'll be it for this video. Leave a comment, tell me what you think. I much appreciate it if you click that like button. Thank you for watching.